he loves the fish tacos, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that was a bomb, son, you know what I'm saying?
皆さんこんにちは。ニューヨーク在住大学院生のさきです。今日はちょっと違うセットアップでお届けしてます。今実は部屋を大改造中でですね、出来上がったらまた皆さんにお見せしたいんですが、今日はまだその途中なのでシンプルな感じでやっていきたいと思います。今日はちょっと違った角度からの英語の動画でニューヨークアクセントについてです。今回は久々にキャンブリーさんを使ってニューヨークアクセントについてちょっといろんな人に意見を聞いてみました。I think I've already talked about how I improved my English pronunciation in the previous video. IPA that I learned actually got me very interested in many kinds of accents in the United States. And sometimes I had to practice British accent for one of the roles that I was doing. One time I was practicing Midwest English for my another role because acting or theater and accent really connect each other. For example, if that character you are playing were born in Osaka, you gotta talk in Osaka ben, right? And there's so many accents in this one country, and then accents really show where you're from, who you are, as Japanese language as well. Having said that, even though I'm in New York City right now, I don't think I have a lot of friends who actually talk in New York accent. There are some people who are from New Jersey, so they kind of talk very similar to New York accent, but many of my friends are coming from another state in this country. Yeah, so I don't think I have a friend who actually talks in New York accent. I got really obsessed with the accents after learning IPA. And then I saw many videos about the differences between New York and California. There's so many videos on YouTube about New York people talking about California or vice versa. And then I noticed that I really didn't see a woman talking in New York accent. And I've researched about it. I found this beautiful video about New York accent. She was so cool, and since then I've watched that video so many times just to enjoy it. And then I was like, oh, maybe this is something that I can ask on Cambly. So here I am. I actually think that this is great for you to understand a little bit more about New York City itself, because accents are not only about English or how you pronounce each word, but it's more like culture, people, or city itself. So if you are interested in New York City, please keep watching this video. So let's get started. So what I want to ask you today is, I'm very interested in New York accent. How would you describe New York accent then?
I would describe it a little bit fast and kind of like they round out sounds a little bit. In fact, it's funny because since I've been here, I expected to hear all these New York accents, and I don't really hear it that much because
I
there's such a
know.
blend of people. You know, you'd have to probably go to the Bronx area a little more, maybe.
Uh-huh. Right.
You know how you can find it? I think you can watch on YouTube. It's a great movie. I'll give you this, and they do have that New York accent if you want to
Oh,
hear it.
nice. Thank you.
It's called A Bronx Tale. I don't
Bronx
know. I
Tale.
don't know if it's for free. I think it's still for free. This will give you a real good indication of a New York accent.
Oh, great. Thank you.
If
I
you
also noticed that the accent in Bronx and then also Long Island is a little bit
Yeah, Long
different.
Island. I'm from New Long Island,
Like New York,
New York.
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Long Island, right?
yeah.
Mm.
I'm from Long Island.
Long Island.
Long
Yeah.
Island. Yeah.
Okay, so New York accents, how would I say it? I mean, New Yorkers are just very direct, you know?
Right.
And just as long as you're direct, you can kind of capture the New York energy. And it's essentially how you do it, because it'll be hard just to change your accent because that'll just be unnatural. But you
Mm-hmm.
can pick something else up, and that would be the energy of a New Yorker. And that would
Right.
just be direct and straightforward, and just say move on the train. Move. Just don't say excuse me, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Don't say you're welcome.
Oh, wow. Well, there are different levels, I think, of New York accents. I'm from
Right.
upstate New York, so I'm from 2
Nice.
hours north of New York City, but I
Mm-hmm.
lived for, I think, about 7 years in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I get angry, my accent gets stronger. But I know I have somewhat of a New York accent. I know we pronounce certain words differently. And I really notice it now that I live in the South. I moved to North Carolina recently. So,
nice.
yeah, I definitely have different expressions and different ways of saying things. Coffee, we say it more like coffee. Water.
Could you pronounce water for me, please, again?
Water.
Water. What is
Yes.
that? What is happening there? I don't quite understand.
I think we turn a lot of D's and T's like into each other. So instead of water, we say water, like a DT or water. Some people just say it like a D.
Water.
And then Staten Island, there's a whole other accent. Brooklyn
Right.
has this different accent. I
Right.
think Brooklyn and Queens are pretty similar, and the
Pretty
Bronx.
similar.
I think there are different expressions like in each region.
Mm.
Even just in New York City, and then the whole state of New York,
Right,
has
it's
different.
really different, right?
So where are you from originally?
I'm from Japan.
Ah, よろしくお願いします。
Ah,
日本語できますね。
wow.
We ate dinner. We had a 3-course meal. Brad came to dinner with us. He loves fish tacos. In the end, we all felt like we ate too much. We all agreed it was a magnificent evening. Yeah, I mean, I'm not from Brooklyn, but maybe somebody from Brooklyn might say, we all ate dinner. We had a 3-course meal. Brad came to dinner with us, or sometimes like with instead of with. You might say like he loves the fish tacos. Know what I'm saying? Like this kind of thing. Yeah.
The rhythm is so unique.
Yeah.
So unique.
I mean, people wouldn't maybe say it was a magnificent evening. They
Right.
might be like, yo, that was a bomb, son. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't say magnificent. It would just be different expressions.
Now I felt that. Now
yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
Sometimes like I just get into this mode where I'm like, nah, you know what I'm talking about. Nah, nah, nah. I just talk like that
Really?
just around the house.
Wow. So that's when you get very, emotional.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Or if I'm mad at somebody when I'm driving, then it all comes out.
You kind of talked about it, but is there any, words, different expressions that you feel particularly?
Yeah, I think just the word dude. I talk to people about the word dude all the time. That you can say that word and it can mean like 10 different things.
Yep.
And also like how you move your body. If you just say like dude, like it means what are you doing? Or if you say dude, like so exciting, something wonderful, or if you say dude, like you're not doing something good right now. Dude, like you got a problem? So just these like little gestures and stuff can mean a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, they can get you into trouble or keep you out of trouble, I think.
Right. And then you feel that it's not happening in your place right now?
There are different expressions here. It's funny because, okay, here's a good example. So in New York, if you say someone is fine, that means they're like really attractive. Like, oh, he's so fine or she's so fine. You're beautiful, you're attractive, right? So when we moved here, everyone says, no, you're fine. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But they're just, in New York, you would say, I'm good or you're good.
Right.
And here they say fine. So when I hear fine, I think like everybody's telling me I'm beautiful. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I love it. It's great.
So I actually asked the teacher, how would you describe my accent? All of them said it's pretty much standard accent, close to California. And I've never been to California, but I think one of the reasons is I was trained with IPA, very clear, crisp, easy to understand. But I sometimes notice myself talking a little bit New Yorker. I don't know what's the definition of New Yorker anymore. It also really depends on who I am talking to. So people who have that accent close to New York, I notice myself talking like I don't use bro or dude that much, but I say man, like Man, that's freaking crazy, or man, that's freaking hard. Yeah, but that's not something that I have been able to do. It's more like as I learn language, as I learn culture, I got to know how to talk, I got to know how to communicate with people, and then those words are coming with my attitude when I speak or the way I speak. So yeah, I think it's pretty much same as Japanese. New York is such a unique city. It is so different from other parts of America, and I'm saying it even though I never lived outside of New York City. There are so many culture, there's so many people, and even though I'm talking about the accent right now, it really doesn't matter. It's more important to be able to communicate, and nobody points out like your accent is a little bit different, your accent is blah blah blah. As one of the teachers said, it is direct, it is straightforward, and sometimes you gotta be loud to communicate with people. So I guess that's my definition of New York accent as the conclusion of this video. Yeah, but this topic was just coming from my pure interest to the accent, so yeah, I hope you also enjoyed it. はい、というわけで今日はただ私の興味のあるトピックを話しただけになりましたが、こういう風に私はキャンブリーを実は使ったりしています。もちろん最初はもっと英会話の練習をするために使ってましたし、今でもそのために会話をするっていうことはあるんですけど、今回みたいに例えばアクセントのことについて聞いたりとか、その一つのトピックについてリサーチとして皆さんがどう思うのかっていうのの素材集めに私はすごく実は活用しています。私はキャンブリーさんは YouTube を始める前から全然使っているので、今もこうしてコラボレーションさせていただいてるんですけど、使っていたからこそなかなか一歩踏み出すのが大変なことはすごくわかるんですね。なのでぜひぜひ私の動画についてる15分無料コードを使って試しに話してみるとか、どういう風に会話をスタートしてみるかの練習だけでもぜひぜひオンライン英会話やってみたいなっていう人にはこれをきっかけに、一歩踏み出してみてほしいなと思います。このチャンネルではニューヨークのこと、大学院のこと、そして英語のことなど発信しています。よければ LIKE、コメント、そしてチャンネル登録もお願いします。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバーイ。